have things to do. And so we have this 1 hour together, so I really appreciate it. One thing before we start off is, I think I need to explain something that we've been doing in respect to the warm-up, because you see this in a lot of classes and the gym and things like that. And you notice my knees are turning and you're doing this. Well, that's an exercise, okay? But that's not what we want to do. And what we want to do is what we call Song Gong, S-O-N-G, G-O-N-G. And this Song Gong is trying to calm yourself down and find the center of your gravity and your lower dantian. And that, even though we're going back and forth, we're not doing this, okay? What we're doing is finding the center. Here's the dantian, about 3 inches below your navel. And we want to concentrate on that. We want to keep our hips straight. So when you're doing this, see, you're turning your hips and you're going to eventually hurt your knee. And what we want to do is relax into the body. The weight goes into the pelvic fold here, into the quad. That's these lines here. And so as we come down, our knees lower because the hips lower. And we're sort of pushing the knees out very gently. You don't even feel it, but it just takes like a 1/16 of an inch there to move them out. And then what we're doing is concentrating on the lower dantian. So as we raise our hands and we turn, we're turning here at the waist. And then we come up again to lift our hands to go the other side. And you see I'm facing you. And I'm only turning at the waist. So rather than do this, we're trying to calm ourselves down and create a calmness in the body. And so we come up, let's try that. We come up, and then one hand goes behind towards the kidneys and the other extends out. And then we come back and the other side. So up, and then down with your knees, up, down, up, down. Now try this. And so you see the difference is that you're sort of flailing here. And here it's more methodical. It's calm, turn, up, back. And so you just get into the rhythm. And then you can breathe in and out. In, out. Now, this next thing I want to fortify is the breathing. As you're doing this, we're breathing up here, which is our natural breathing. And then there's another breathing where we breathe up here at the top of the abdominal muscles. So you can sort of feel that going in and out, in and out. And what we want to do is lower our breathing down here so that we naturally push in and out, in and out. So and that's why we have to go slow, because we're breathing, pushing this in and breathing out. And we'll use that type of breathing in our Qigong exercises if you want. Otherwise, you can just revert to the normal breathing pattern. But what we're trying to do is establish a longer breath for some of these exercises. And the only way you're going to do that is to breathe deeply. And so as we turn and breathe in and out, just pushing it, we're pushing the bottom abdominal muscles in and out at the same time that we're turning. Okay. So we'll work on that with each class. The positioning, calming the mind, and that's what this Wu Qi posture is. You're calming the mind, finding your center line. The shoulders are a bit rounded, and they're not leaning anyway. They're even with the hips and with the ankles. And as you stand here, it's like putting an egg here, and you just stand and relax, bend your knees. So this is the first Buji posture in meditation. And you can do that for several minutes. And you can close your eyes. And then just find your peace of mind and calm the breath. And you notice that you're sucking this area in. And your breath gets deeper and longer. And you feel this expansion of the body and contraction, like everything being sucked in here. Expanding, and like a vacuum cleaner, just sucks everything in. Okay, then we step out. Okay, now that's the third position we want to practice. So when you're together here, we bring our toe up. So all our weight is on this leg. As we lift the leg, we're actually balancing. And then we step out, toe to heel. And we maintain our frame and our verticality. Now, if you don't want to do that, because you don't want to lift your leg, then put your feet together and bring your pivot on your heels. And then bring your toes up. And you get in the same position. And you see your toes are in line. So now you're all ready to begin. So now we connect with heaven and earth, heaven. And as we come up towards a head, we reach heaven and push the arms up towards heaven and bring them down to earth. Earth meets heaven, and we're the conduit. Breathing in and out. in and out. As I said, you can breathe naturally. You don't have to breathe at the bottom here, but if you want to practice that, now's a good time to do that. And close. Now the second exercise is called the Golden Pearl Drops to the Sea. And this is from the Chen Tai Chi. And it requires a balance. So remember we did this and we're balancing on that leg. Well, we do that in this exercise as well. So we bring our hand up to the dantian, and then the other hand comes up. And as the hand comes down, meeting the palm, we lift our leg and get down. And so you see your balance here. And if you look in the mirror or at your screen, you can see yourself following that center line of your body. So if you're doing this, then you're off kilter. You have to find your balance, and your balance will always be right here. You just have to maintain that equal part of your body. And we close. Now we open the secret gate, and the secret gate is lifting your arms up, bringing them in, and then extending them out to open the gate. And then back, and then down. So we open the gate. We can also push up, push, and back. And as you can see, we're broadening the chest area, and that allows us to breathe better. And close. And when we're closed, we're symbolically pushing the chi back into the dantian for the next exercise. And this area is our storage area of chi, or battery for our body. Now we have our clouds circling the mountain, and essentially it's like cloud hands. But in this one, we're going to try to move forward and back. Bring your hands, feet together and back. Now we can go to the side. Step. Step. Another way. And pause. And one of my favorites is the Dragon's Morning Stretch. So it requires some balance again. And what we're going to do is balance on one leg as we stretch the whole body out and lifting the other leg. So we come up and we stretch and we slowly lift. Get your balance, all the weights here. Slowly push down on that leg. Get your balance, and then when you feel your balance, then lift the leg. Lock, push down, and lift. So this is part of what we call rooting, because you're not just standing on top of the carpet or the floor here, you're actually going down into it as though you were a root from a tree, bringing all those roots and firming yourself into the ground. And as you learn to do this, you'll find you're able to balance yourself quite well. And you can stand like this for a while. So you have that middle line, and here is the center of your body. And then you come together. Along with the dragon's morning stretch, we have the dragon sits on his tail. And so this allows you to get the vibrations from the ground up to the top of the head. And the dragon comes around with loose fists, and we lift onto our toes and come down, feeling the vibrations. And again, you can balance yourself and come down. And close. Now we have the blooming lotus that bows to the earth. So for some, this may be difficult, and so you want to be careful of your lower back, or if you have high blood pressure or heart problems, you may not want to do all of this sequence. But what we're going to do is we're going to bow, essentially, and then come back. Now, I'm not using my lower back. I'm using all this area here to bend back. I don't want to put any pressure on my lower back. So all my back works as one unit. And then as I come down, I go all the way towards my knees. I do this very slow, making sure that my body doesn't feel any pain or issues. and we close. Now we have a crouching tiger, and it's going to lift its head. So we come out to a horse stance, which is about twice the width of our standing stance. And we lower ourselves. Then we bring our middle fingers in, and we bring our back out. We just don't, again, just don't bend here. We bring the whole back forward, leading our neck forward so that the whole back is stretched. And I don't feel any pain back in my lower back. If I just did this, then you're just rounding your back. You don't want to do that. You want to bend forward. So now we're going to turn to the side, and then the other side. So as I come down, I stretch and look up. Relax all the muscles as you come down. Then come to the other side and stretch. Your head is leading, the neck is stretched out. Relax totally. And then come back up. Now when we come back to center, stay there for a second. Extend your spine and neck and slowly come up. And close. Now we have the serpent ascends to the third eye. The third eye is between the eyes here. And so we have loose wrists, and the serpent comes up to the third eye and opens. And so there's another breathing exercise. You can feel your breath towards the opening, closing of the arms, breathing in and out. And close. The next one is an important exercise. It's connecting the three treasures. The three treasures are Qi, Jin, and Shen. And Qi is all that energy, the cosmos, the earth, everything. Our body, electromagnetic energy. And that forms when we're born into Jin. And Jin is comes from the parents, and it's mixed in, and we have so much Jin, J-I-N, and then the Jin rises and forms into Shin, the wisdom. And so as we bring our hands around, 1, 2, 3, Then reverse. 1, 2, following the 3 dantians. Lower dantian, middle dantian, and the upper dantian. One more time. And so these exercises help you connect visually and mentally to the various aspects of the body. Now we start working the lower part of our body. The immortal points to the way. So we have sword fingers. And we're going to turn, make a big circle with the fingers, and then we point the other way. As we do, then we come back, balance on this foot, swing the other foot around, and then gently come down as far as you want it. And the other way. So here you're lubricating your knees as you come down. And only go down as far as you can, even if it's this amount, that's fine. And close. One of the exercises you see in Tai Chi and Qigong continuously is threading the golden needle or needle at the bottom of the sea. And essentially, we're pointing down to our toe. So one toe comes out. Unknown caller. We make a big circle, come all the way down. Again, only go down as far as you want. The knee, it's fine. Or if you want a bigger stretch, all the way down to the ankle. Don't forget to breathe in and out. It's very important. Keep that cadence. Letting the air out, breathing in, and gently exhaling. And we close. And we have parting the horse's mane, another one that comes from Tai Chi. And essentially what we're doing is bring our palms together and sliding diagonally. And as we slice the air, the palm at the top here reaches for the heavens, palm up. And the other one comes down to the earth. So we're doing this up towards the heaven and down towards the earth. So you want to step out just a bit. And then I'm pressing down on the back heel, and that's going up to the shoulder and lifting the hand. So I press, feeling it here. As I gently turn, the hand rises. Press the heel and move the hand. Press the heel, move the hand. And this is parting the horse's mane. And back to center. Now we have the flower hides under the leaf. And it's a hidden punch. So we have our goose fist and our bird's nest here. And then one hand comes out to punch diagonally, and then it opens like the flower. Then back to the bird's nest. It's a really pretty movement. It's very soft. And because it's up the heart level, you should feel some joy in doing it. And back to center. Now we have the wild goose that glides onto the beach. So as we stand up Uji posture, we're going to turn our whole body to the side and extend our arms out. And then we're going to come up and lift onto our toes as we fly up and down. Turning. And again, you can coordinate your breath with the movement, breathing in and out. So the longer your breath, the longer the positions that you hold. And back to center. And we have another balancing exercise that's called the crane wanders the pond. And essentially we're going to bring our hand, back of the hand up to the third eye, and lift our foot. And walk. Try to keep your balance as you come up. Okay, so now we're going to take eight steps in a circle. We're halfway there. And you're back where you started. So now we bring all that energy that we accumulated back into the dantian as we circle the qi at the lower dantian. So in the middle of our palms is the acupressure point, and we bring those together, and we pretend there's a globe. Part of it is inside the dantian, and the other one is like a little globe on the outside. So you cup your hands and fingers over the top part of that globe, and then you go around. Pushing the qi into the dantian area, just below the belly button. And then we reverse, bringing in and out. And now we return the qi to the dantian. Essentially, it's the meditative pose. We relax and just normalize our breath as we let our body and all our muscles and tendons relax. Let the thoughts roll in and out. And just gently close your eyes. There's 5 points on the bottom of your foot, the heel, the 2 rounds at the front, and the middle indentation. All those 5 points on each foot should be filling the floor. And gently open your eyes and step in. Okay, let's shake it out a bit. And one of the things about standing meditation is that the weight goes down into the legs. And so sometimes have a problem trying to get back into your normal situation here. So that's why you have to keep practicing and letting the weight go down into the ground rather than holding it at your knees or your legs. Okay, so now we have a gentle exercise to calm the mind and reduce anxiety, and in some cases promote sleep. So one of the areas here is the side of your head, and what we do is use our fingers to comb back that hair, and we try to supposedly it helps the melatonin develop in your body. So you just keep doing that. And your finger should go all the way back to the indentation of the back of the neck. And just do it gently. And you should have some fun with it. It's just feeling how nice the fingers rubbing against the skull. And it's recommended that you do this at least 36 times. Very good. Now the next one is we're going to tap our fingers at the back of the neck. And we're going to tap them 10 times. And we're going to do this 3 times. So tapping 10 times, stop. Tapping 10 times, stop. Tapping 10 times, stop. So bring your fingers back and tap 10 times. Stop. And tap 10 times. Stop. 10 times. And stop. Then we work on the chest. We pat from right to left. This is right to left. I guess this is your side. Mine is this way. Yours, you're right to left. So we pat 10 times across the chest. So. Now the other way, we tap 20 times. And we bring our hands to the abdomen and we go from right to left, rubbing 10 times. And the stomach 20 times. Now we bring down the chi, and we're going to rub our chest down the top of the chest, stomach area, and do that 10 times. And when you're finished with that, go to your sides and rub 20 times. Now we rub the front 10 more times, casting off the excess chi, the stagnant chi, bringing in the good chi. Our hands go in diagonal position, alternating right and left. We do this 18 times. 1, Now, there's no rhyme or reason why we have 10, 8, 18, 20, whatever the count is. You can do as many as you want. It just, this is how the tradition started, and so people kept to it. Now we do is a cupped hand. If you don't know what a cupped hand is, put your hand to your head, and as you bring it out, that's a cupped hand. And what we're going to do is bring that up and tap here at the bottom of the shoulder, making a cup sound. And we're going to do that 18 times. So you heard that cup sound. Now, if you just kept your hand straight, it would make a slapping sound. And the vibration is totally different. Okay, the next one, let's see. We do the shoulder. So make a loose fist and you tap the back of the shoulder and do that 18 times. You can use your cupped hand as well. And now the lower back, the kidney area. Do this 18 times. Now we get our thumb and push it in to the armpit. And we move 10 times clockwise and 10 times counterclockwise. And we go down to the wrist and we gently massage the wrist 10 times clockwise and 10 times counterclockwise. Now, the index finger, bring the thumb and the other hand to the index finger and press at the top there 10 times. You finish that to the other side. Okay, so we have just enough time to finish the last exercise and have a seat. And lift your foot. And what we're going to do is rub the foot this way. And you should do it maybe 40, 50 times. It doesn't take that long. But when you're doing it, the magic of this exercise is that you have to yawn. So as you're turning and rubbing the foot, and you let out all that excess stagnant qi by yawning. So maybe a minute on each foot. So it takes about a minute for each foot. That's very good. Okay, so let's bring down 3 columns of qi as we close. Bringing our hands to the heavens and bringing all that qi into the dantian, pushing it in. Step in.